Writing music can be an incredibly rewarding experience, but we know that it's not always that easy. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do to write more music and also better music this year. These are things that I'm doing personally, and I want to share them with you as well. Setting goals is absolutely crucial, and that comes with really anything in life. There are 2 main types of goals that I like to think about: attainable goals and ambitious goals. Attainable goals tend to be goals that are more realistic, they're easier to reach, and so it gives us a sense of satisfaction when we actually reach them. Now, attainable goals are wonderful, but they basically give us something easy to reach, but that leads us to ambitious goals. Ambitious goals are exactly what they sound like. They tend to be quite large in scope. They almost seem a little bit unrealistic when we first look at them, and they almost make us feel a bit scared inside. But as a creative, we have to understand that these sorts of goals are extremely necessary for us to push ourselves and reach better things. It's all well and good to stay comfortable and write what we want whenever we want, but that's not really how growth happens. So keeping these 2 types of goals in mind, if you can have both attainable goals that are easier, realistic goals, and ambitious goals that scare you a little bit, but you have a larger time frame, you have a larger scope to aim towards, that can be a wonderful thing to give you a deadline towards. In addition to setting goals, one of the best things that we can do is to write music consistently. And this is something I've struggled with throughout the years, but I found that when I committed to writing music on a more regular basis, my brain actually was able to come up with more creative juice, and I was able to get into more of a workflow to create more music in a span of time. We're not necessarily trying to write the best thing that we've ever written, but the point is to write more music so that you can kind of realize what ideas you like, which ones you don't, which ones you want to discard, and which ones you want to keep. I always compare it to exercise, working out. So when you work out, you don't necessarily see the results right away in the first session. A lot of the times it takes us months, even years, to see dramatic results that we're looking for. Whether that's building muscle or losing fat or a combination of both, these are things that take a long time. And when you start to see those first bit of results, maybe in the first few months, that's kind of what drives you and continues to motivate you. And then it's down to the discipline and the consistency to continue going along and improving. The third thing I would personally recommend is to celebrate the small wins. And this could be a variety of situations. It might be a single idea that you really, really like and you want to grasp onto and develop into a fuller piece. You might find that you were able to write like 10 different ideas in the span of your 1-hour writing session. And that's also something to celebrate because you're productive, you came up with music and ideas that you might not have come up if you didn't write in the first place. You might have landed a collaboration with a fellow peer of yours or a colleague that maybe you wouldn't have had if you weren't writing in the first place and they didn't come across your music. Having a sense of positive reinforcement, I think, is extremely important, and I would highly recommend even opening up a document, like a Google Doc or Word doc, and listing out all the small wins you've had throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, you can go back and take a look at what you've accomplished, and it's just a wonderful way to count the fruit. So in my case, I'm trying to incorporate these 3 steps into my workflow on a regular basis. I have some major goals that I'm trying to reach this year personally with my music. I'm trying to write 3 different albums in 3 different styles. So those are my ambitious goals. It's a little bit scary, but I do feel confident that if I have the right plan and I have the right steps to reach that goal, then I'm able to attain them. I'm trying to work more consistently so that I'm able to reach those goals that I've set throughout the year. And whether that's writing on a daily basis or every single week, I'm able to kind of plan out when I want to write and do specific tasks during those periods so I know how to get there step by step. And I'm also going to make sure that I celebrate the small wins along the way, whether that's a small idea that I really like, or if I'm working with someone else and it's a wonderful experience, or I have a new opportunity along the way. I'm going to document all of those, write them out, and again, I can go back and take a look at them and have something new to chase when maybe I'm feeling demotivated or I just need a little bit of pick-me-up. Those things can really help. Let me know if this resonates with you in any way. I would love to hear what sort of goals you're setting for yourself this year. If you're dedicated to writing more music this year, maybe assign yourself to a writing schedule, have a plan for yourself, and what sort of small wins are you going to appreciate along the way? I'd love to hear from you below. 2 quick things before you go. Number 1, if you want to go from that initial idea to the polished final master and you want all those steps filled in for you all the way through, you want to understand my complete process, then I want to give you completely free access to my workshop called the Complete Composer's Framework. You'll find it down below in the description box. It's the first link there, and it's a completely free on-demand workshop where it goes through step-by-step of my personal writing process, all the way from the initial composing idea to the polished final master, and I'll share my complete workflow with you there, and it's completely free, so you can check it out whenever you like. Number 2, if you are composing already and you want to take a look at my step-by-step string writing process, because that's something a lot of people ask me about, I want to share with you this video right over here where you can check it out and take a look at my unfiltered process for writing for strings all the way through. I'll see you in the next video.